Yes, good morning, all of you. Yes, what we have discussed in previous lecture, we have discussed about the sizing of the drive systems. Okay, sizing of the drive systems. So we have discussed this flow chart. Okay, how to set up the what is the procedure to design the vehicle. Okay, so what parameters we have to check clear, like engine as well as electrical machine. Okay, batteries requirements. So all these things we have seen the previous lecture. So today we are going to see the sizing of the power electronics. Sizing of the power electronics. Okay, as we already discussed in the first unit and second unit. Okay, as we already discussed in the first unit already. So, but again we will repeat this concept. What is the role of power electronics? Okay, and what will be the main parameters we have to check? What are the main parameters we have to check while designing the electric vehicles? Clear? So all of the electrical power directed to the hybrid propulsion MG set. MG set means motor generator set. Motor generator set must pass through the power electronics. Clear? So what we can see here, everybody knows all of the electrical power. Okay, all the electrical parameters, maybe voltage, current, power, and so on, etc. Okay, this electrical power must be applied to the motor or generator set, motor or generator set through the power electronic conversion, through the power electronic converter system. Okay, it has been said that control electronics uses power to process. Okay, information, and that power electronic uses information to process power. In this section, we have to we are going to describe how power electronics is sized to match the electric machine to the vehicle energy storage system via information processed by the control electronics. Means what we can say here, whenever we are going to design the electric vehicles, okay, we are going to use the power, electrical motor. Okay, for this supplying the electrical energy to the electrical motor, okay, we are using the one battery. But from this battery we cannot give the direct supply to the motor. Okay, from this battery we cannot give the direct supply to the motor. Clear? So we can give the direct supply from battery to the electrical motor, but the speed cannot be controlled. Okay, there is a less chance to control the speed of the motor. If speed of the motor is not controlled, so obviously the vehicle speed is also not able to control. Okay, obviously the vehicle speed is also not able to control. Means it will run the vehicle will run with constant speed, because the motor is getting the constant power. There is no controlling over here. Okay, so for controlling the motor speed, we have to use the power electronic converter. Okay, definitely we have to control the power electronic converter. So here we can see this is the motor. Okay, this is the motor, and this motor is connected to the drive line through the mechanical transmission. Drive line is nothing but, say for example, load. So vehicle can be considered as a load. Clear? Clear? And this motor is connected to the battery. This motor is connected to the battery, clear, and through this motor is connected to the battery through the power electronic converter, through the power electronic converter. Okay, this may be a rectifier, or this may be a inverter, this may be a chopper, this may be a AC voltage controller. So that is depends upon the which device we have to use here, or which power electronic converter we have to use here. So that is depends upon the motor and supply. Okay, that is depends upon the motor and supply. Clear? So you can directly say, sir, in electric vehicle the battery is present. So the battery is always the batteries store the electric energy in the form of DC. Okay, in the form of DC. So if battery storing the electrical energy in the form of DC, so means we are getting the DC from the battery. So definitely we have to use the inverter. Okay, definitely we have to use the inverter. So why we are going for the rectifier? Why we can go for the AC voltage control and so on, etc. So means here depends upon the controlling circuit. We can use the different types of power electronic modulators. Clear? So DC to AC convert करने के लिए डायोड इन्वर्टर भी कर सकते हैं अपन. ओके, फिर अगेन AC कन्वर्शन होने के बाद AC to AC convert करने के लिए AC voltage control use कर सकते हैं. Clear? So for example, see here, I will draw the one thing. For example, we are having the battery here. We are having the battery. Okay, so here we are having the DC motor. Okay, we are having the DC motor. Okay, we are having the DC motor. So from this battery, we can give the supply to the motor. Okay, from this battery, we can give the direct supply to the motor. Okay, because this is also DC and the supply is also DC and motor is also DC. So the motor can be run with the DC supply. There is no problem. But whenever we are giving this direct supply to the motor, so this motor will be run constantly. So there is no chance to control the speed of the DC motor. So for that purpose, we are using the one power electronic converter. For that purpose, we are using the one power electronic converter. Okay, what we have to use here? Supply is DC and output also require DC. आउटपुट क्या चाहिए अपन को? डीसी मोटर को क्या चाहिए? डीसी सप्लाई चाहिए ना. सो डीसी मोटर को डीसी सप्लाई चाहिए ना. यस सर, नो प्लीज.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so DC supply चाहिए, बैटरी भी DC है. So which converter we can use here? So chopper. Which converter we can use here? Chopper. So what is the function of the chopper? Chopper will convert from fixed DC to the variable DC. Fixed DC to variable DC. Means fixed means constant DC to the variable DC. Variable DC is nothing but the output voltage will be vary. If the output voltage is vary, the speed of the DC motor is also vary. The speed of the DC motor is also vary. Okay, whatever the procedure you are using to control the voltage, okay, according that voltage, the motor will be operated. According that motor voltage, the motor will be operated. So in case we are having the DC battery, so we are having the battery, and we are using the AC motor. We are using the AC motor. We are using the AC motor. This is the DC battery. We are using the AC motor. So directly we can use the inverter here. Inverter use कर सकते हैं ना? Directly we can use the inverter. Okay, this inverter will convert from fixed DC into the variable AC. Okay, this inverter will convert from fixed DC into the variable AC, variable voltage and variable frequency. This variable voltage and variable frequency is given to the AC motor. Okay, here we are getting the output is AC, that is variable AC, and input is DC. Input is DC. Clear? So here we can use the inverter, and this inverter will convert from fixed DC into the variable AC. And this variable AC is applied to the electrical motor. So based on this variable AC, so the motor speed will be vary. The motor speed will be vary. Clear? So here we can use the inverter. And one more thing here, also we can use the different configuration. Same way. Okay, we can use the diode rectifier also. We can use the diode inverter. Okay, here also we can use the inverter, but this is by using the diode inverter. Okay, this is the inverter. This is the inverter. Clear? And next, inverter से output क्या मिलेगा आपको? AC मिलेगा. Inverter से output क्या मिलेगा? AC. We are getting the output from the inverter is AC. So it will convert from DC to AC. But here we are getting the constant AC because the diode is an uncontrolled device. Diode is a uncontrolled device. That's why only it will convert from DC to AC only. It will not able to control the voltage and current and so on, etc. Because the diode is an uncontrolled device. So here we are getting the only constant AC or fixed AC. Okay, and then this AC we can give to this motor, but constant AC is given to the motor, so the power cannot be controlled. If the power cannot be controlled, so the speed cannot be controlled. Clear? So for that purpose, again we have to control this output of the diode inverter. Okay, we have to control the output of this diode inverter. So for that purpose, again we are using the AC voltage controller. AC voltage controller. Simply we can say regulator. AC voltage controller. So this AC voltage controller will convert from fixed AC into the variable AC. From fixed AC into the variable AC. Clear? This is the variable AC. So when this we are getting the variable AC from the AC voltage controller. So if this output of this AC voltage is controlled, the speed of the AC motor is also controlled. If the speed of the AC motor is controlled, then obviously the motor the vehicle speed is also controlled. Obviously the vehicle speed is also controlled. Means depends upon the situation, depend upon the condition, we can use the different configurations. We can use the different configurations. Clear? Next. So for example, if you take the one AC motor, so here you can see the block diagram. AC motor. Okay, and here this AC motor is connected to the battery through the inverter. Okay, this is the power electronic converter. Okay, converter may be inverter, chopper, AC voltage controller, whatever. And how the power is going to be controlled. This is one of the main important point. How the power is to be controlled. How the power is to be controlled. By turning on and off, by switching on and off of these devices, by turning on and off these switches, whatever we are using the switches in this circuit. Okay, so by turning on and off these switches, the power will be controlled. Clear? So for this turning on and off, okay, कब turn on करना है, कब turn off करना है, कौन सा device turn करना, which devices should be turn on, which device should be turn off. Okay, all these devices should be turn on and turn off at proper intervals. Clear? At a time ये दोनों भी turn on नहीं होना चाहिए. For example, अगर at a time ये switch turn on हो गया, switch 1 and switch 2 turn on हो गए, तो what will happen? These two will be short circuited. Short circuit होगा तो क्या हो जाएगा? There is a chance to damage. Okay, there is a chance to damage. तो बैटरी भी जल्दी डिस्चार्ज होएगा. बैटरी भी will be discharged very. बैटरी बहुत जल्दी डिस्चार्ज होने के चांसेस है और सर्किट भी डैमेज होने के चांसेस है. That's why so the switches will be turn on and turn off at proper intervals. Okay, for example, switch 1 is turn on. So the power is flows. Okay, battery terminal switch 1 and the power is flowing through this phase. The power is flowing through this phase. For example, this is the A phase. Okay, and the power out, the power should be leaves through the another winding, another phase. Okay, अगर ये phase से power entry हो गया तो the power should be leave with another phase. Okay, and this power should be leaves, for example, through the B phase. Okay, through the B phase. So the B phase के through जाने के लिए कौन सा switch turn on करना? For example, this is the switch 1, this is the switch 2, this is the switch 3, and this is the switch 4, and this is the switch 5, and this is the switch 6. Okay, which switch should be turned on in order to flow the from current through the A phase and B phase? Which device should be turned on here? I have drawn the path here. Current up to this point, the current आ गया. करंट यहाँ से लेकर पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल ऑफ द बैटरी टू द नेगेटिव टर्मिनल ऑफ द बैटरी तक आना चाहिए. सो पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल ऑफ द बैटरी थ्रू द स्विच 1, through the switch 1, and through the this phase, A phase for example, and it will leave through the B phase or by B phase, A, B, C, for example, C phase. This is the A, this is the C, A and C. Okay, so in order to flow the current through the C phase, in order to exit the current through the C phase, which devices should be turned on from this circuit diagram? Can anybody tell please? Which device should be turned on? The switch 5 should be turned on, na? Is it right or not? Please say yes or no. Hello. Hello. Okay, the switch 5 should be turned on. When the switch 5 is turned on, so the current is flowing through this device, and the current will be goes to negative terminal of the battery. Okay, this is the path for flowing the current. So that's why what we are going to see here. So whatever the devices we are using the power electronic converters, all these converters should be turn on and turn off at proper intervals. At a proper interval. That's why I am saying this sentence, repeating this sentence. Okay, the otherwise, if in proper intervals the switches is turned on, so there is a chance to damage the thyristor, and there is a chance to not to control the output voltage of the inverter, clear, or converter, whatever. So that's why, so how these devices should be turn on and turn off at proper intervals. कौन सा device turn on करना है, कौन सा device turn off करना है, कैसे decide कर सकते हैं अपन? How the how we can decide this switches is turn on and switches turn off? So for this turning on and switches on and off, we are going to design the one controlling circuit. Okay, we have to design the one controlling circuit, and this controlling circuit should be generate the signals for the these base circuits of this device. Okay, for example, we are using the transistor having the 3 terminals, base, emitter, collector. Okay, until and unless if the base terminal is not getting the voltage, okay, until and unless the base terminal is not getting the voltage, so the transistor will not be turned on. The transistor will not be turned on. So for example, if this is a transistor, okay, this is a transistor. So in order to flow the current from collector to emitter, in order to flow the current from collector to emitter, this device should be turned on. So this device should be turned on. So for turning on this device, we have to apply the some amount of voltage, or we have to some amount of current should be flow through the base terminal. Whenever the current is flowing through the base terminal of this transistor, so then only this transistor will be turned on. Then only this transistor will be turned on. When this transistor is turned on, the current is flowing from collector to emitter terminal. Okay, then we can say this device is turned on. So, but when this device turned on, only when the current is flowing through the base terminal. Okay, so how this base current is sending to this transistor means the control circuit will generate signals to the base terminal of these transistors. Okay, which transistor is should be turned on? Okay, so for example, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 and so on etc 10. Okay, this is the time in seconds. Okay, this is the time in second. If we design at a time t is equal to 1 second, that t1 should be turn on. Sorry, switch 1 should be turn on. Okay, so switch 1 turn on के लिए क्या करता है? The controlling circuit will generate the gate pulse base signals. Okay, the controlling circuit will generate the base signals, some amount of voltage to the switch 1 at time t is equal to 1 second. At time t is equal to 1 second. If you want to turn on this switch 2 at time t is equal to 3 second, at time t is equal to 3 second, this controlling circuit will generate the some amount of voltage, will generate the signal to the second switch at time t is equal to 2 second. At time t is equal to 2 seconds. Okay, at time t is equal to 2 second, only the second switch will be turned on. Okay, the second switch will be turned on. Clear? So accordingly, so this controlling circuit is generate the signals to the these switches. Accordingly, the control circuit is generate the signals for the base terminals of these transistors. For the base terminals of these transistors. Okay, if we are using the thyristors, we need to generate the gate pulses. We need to generate the gate pulses. Clear? That is depending upon the switches. Okay, so based on this turn on and turn off, so the output power will be controlled. The output power will be controlled. Okay, this controlling circuit is always operates based on the accelerator and braking pedal. Okay, this controlling circuit is always monitoring the accelerator. Okay, how much pressure is applied on the accelerator. Okay, if you apply the pressure on the accelerator, what will happening? We need to increase the speed of the vehicle. We need to increase the speed of the vehicle. So ultimately, the controlling circuit will understand. Okay, and it will get the signals. Means the driver is applied force on the accelerator. Means the vehicle speed should be increased. If the vehicle speed should be increased, means the motor speed should be increased. The motor speed should be increased. So how the motor speed is increased? So we cannot manually increase the motor speed. Okay, we cannot increase the manually motor speed. So the for that purpose, what we are doing? So we have to increase the voltage. Whatever we are getting the voltage and current and frequency from the inverter, that voltage should be increased. Whenever this voltage is increased, okay, the motor speed is also increased. The motor speed is also increased. So how this inverter can understand the voltage should be increased? So based on this controlling signal is generated by the controlling circuit. Okay, this control circuit will generate the signals for the switches based on the accelerator and braking. So whenever the driver is applied on the braking, the controlling circuit will get the signals from the sensors, speed sensors. Okay, means the speed is going to be decreased. The speed should be decreased. So the speed should be decreased means it will control the power. It will control the power. So accordingly, this controlling circuit will generate the signals to these switches. Okay. So accordingly, the switches will be turn on and turn off. Accordingly, the power will be controlled. If the power is controlled, the motor speed is also controlled. So based on this controlling circuits and inverter circuits, the motor speed is controlled, maybe increase or decrease. Okay. So like this way, the motor speed can be controlled by using the power electronic converter. This is the role of the power electronic converters in the electric vehicle. This is the role of the power electronic converter in the electric vehicle. So means what we can say simply, the power electronic converter will play an important role in this electric vehicle. So the power electronic converter will play an important role in this electric vehicle or hybrid electric vehicle. Okay. So next thing, sizing of the power electronic means. So how we can select the power electronic converters? Clear? So based on the rated values of the motor, okay, based on the rated value of the motor, what is the voltage rating of the motor, what is the current rating of the motor, what will be the frequency of this motor, okay, based on this, what will be the power of this motor, Based on the power ratings, based on the ratings of the electrical motors, we have to select the switches. We have to select the switches. If you want to operate the high frequency, okay, so definitely we have to use the transistors, okay, because the transistors are the high frequency devices. In that also, MOSFET and IGBT are the high frequency devices. So in order to operate the vehicle with a high frequency, okay, so definitely we have to select the power electronic switches accordingly. For example, we can select the transistors, okay, or MOSFET or IGBT in order to operate the high frequency. Okay, high frequency का use करते when we require the high frequency, whenever we require the high speed of the electrical motor. Okay, if the frequency is increased, the motor speed is also increased. The motor speed is also increased. Clear? So if you want to operate the high voltage, okay, if you want to operate the high voltage, so definitely we have to use the high voltage devices like thyristors, okay, GTO, and also we have to select the switches. It depends upon the commutation circuit also. It depends upon the commutation. Commutation is nothing but, so the device should be turn on and turn off. ओके एक बार डिवाइस टर्न ऑन हो गया तो at proper time, at a particular time, the device should be turn off. ओके कंटिन्यूस टर्न ऑन नहीं होना चाहिए डिवाइस. सो डिवाइस फिर अगेन टर्न ऑफ होना चाहिए. टर्न ऑफ होने के लिए क्या करते हैं, अपन एक कम्यूटेशन सर्किट डिजाइन करते हैं. सो टू टर्निंग ऑफ प्रोसेस ऑफ द डिवाइस ऑफ द पावर सेमीकंडक्टर डिवाइसेस कैन बी कॉल्ड एज ए कम्यूटेशन प्रोसेस. That again I am repeating the sentence. Okay, the turning off process of the power semiconductor devices. Okay, so the turning off process is called as the commutation process. The turning off process is called as the commutation process. Commutation is nothing but we are designing the one circuit. That circuit is used for the turning of the devices. This process can be called as a commutation. Okay, so here also we have to see the commutation also. Okay, which devices turn on and turn off automatically, or which controlling circuit is required, which controlling circuit is easy or complex. So based on that parameters also we have to consider. And also we have to check the current parameter. Also we have to check the current. So how much current is required, how much maximum current is required by the motor. Okay, how much maximum current is required by the motor, maximum current or rated current. So that much of current should be handled by these switches. For example, if I will write 100 amperes, okay, the motor current is 100 amperes. For example, I am saying, okay, and we are using the 10 ampere switches here. The current capacity of this switch is 10 amperes. Okay, the current capacity of this switch is 10 amperes. So when the 100 amperes current is required, can we pass this 100 amperes current through the switches? Can we pass the 100 amperes current through this switch? Anyone, please? Hello? Okay, we cannot. Okay, there is no chance to. There is no chance to pass this much of current through this device because the rated capacity of this device is 10 amperes only. Just wait. Yes, sorry for that. Clear? So means we have to see the current rated values also. Okay. So how much current is required by the motor? For example, the rated value of the 100 motor is 100 amperes. Okay, so we cannot use the 10 amperes rated value of the power electronic switch. Okay, because if 100 amperes is current is flowing through this switch, then what will happening? There is a chance this switch is not having the capacity. This switch is not having the capable to handle this much of current. Okay, because this switch is having the capacity only 10 amperes. So how it can handle the 100 amperes current? So ultimately the switch is going to be damaged. The switch is going to be burned or damages. So if the switch is damaged, then what will happen? This total power electronic converter is going to be damages. It will not work properly. It will not work properly. So that's why what we have to see here. So we have to select the power electronic switches. We have to select the power electronic switches based on the uh, electrical motors, rated values of the electrical motor, clear. And also we have to see the speed of the vehicle, how much speed is required in order to fulfill that speed. Okay, what will be the rated voltage of that motor? Okay, whether this rated voltage of the motor can be handled by the power electronic switches or not. Okay, whether this rated voltage of the electrical motor can be handled by this power electronic switches or not. That much of voltage can be handled by the power electronic switches or not. That is also we have to check. Clear? So based on this voltage, current, frequency, speed, and torque. Okay, all these, by considering all these parameters, we have to select the switches. Which switches are suitable for the this to run the electric vehicle or hybrid electric vehicles. Okay, this is the simple component of the sizing of the power electronic converter in the electric vehicle. Clear? Next, so above figure is a schematic diagram for the hybrid propulsion system. Hybrid propulsion system, AC drive system consisting of an onboard energy storage, power processing according to control algorithm, and traction actuation via the motor, generator, and vehicle driveline. So already we have discussed. Okay, this motor or generator set is operated through the power electronic converter through the battery. Okay, and it will control through the controlling circuit. It will operate through the controlling circuit. Okay, the essential of the AC drive system. Okay, the essentials of the AC drive system operation are that power from the DC source, such as a fuel cell, okay, or battery or ultra capacitor, is converted to the variable voltage or variable frequency AC power at the motor generator terminals. Means AC drive. AC drive is nothing but the combination of the power electronic converter and electrical energy source, and electrical motor can be called as a drive. Clear? Drive is nothing but the combination of the electrical motor, power electronic converter, and battery. That is the energy source is called as a drive. If we are using the DC motor in this drive, we can call as a DC drive. If you are using the AC motor in this one, so it can be called as a AC drive. It can be called as a AC drive. So this AC motor is getting the variable AC voltage, variable frequency through the power electronic converter from the DC battery. Clear? Next. So this we are maybe a battery, maybe the DC source, maybe a fuel cell or battery or ultra capacitor. Clear? So this should be converted to the variable voltage, variable frequency through the power electronic converter. Okay, voltage and current, the motor generator then convert this electrical power into the mechanical power. So obviously we know this voltage and currents, the electrical power is converted to the mechanical power, that is the speed and torque. That is in terms of speed and torque, it will convert from voltage and current to the speed and torque parameters. Okay, the power electronic is an electrical matching element in much the same manner that a gearbox processes mechanical power that match the engine to the rated load. So means this power electronic converter must be match the voltage and current parameters okay, must be matched this voltage and current parameters with the speed and torque characteristics by the mechanical transmission or vehicle. Okay, so how much speed is required, how much torque is required, accordingly the voltage and current should be sent to the electrical motor. Okay, if high amount of torque is required, okay, in case if high amount of torque is required, and this power electronic converter is sending the low current to the electrical motor, so whether this high torque can be fulfilled by this motor, there is no chance, because this electrical motor is getting the very less current, but the load is required the high torque, so that cannot be matched, it cannot be matched. So that's why the power electronic converter should be send how much current is required to fulfill this much of torque. Okay, that's why this power electron must be matched the electrical parameter with the mechanical parameters, speed and torque. Okay, voltage must be matched with the speed and current must be matched with the torque. Accordingly, the power electronic converter will be operates and should be operated like that. Okay, so the next one, the power electronics for the electric vehicle market outlook 2026. So obviously what we can say here, in electric vehicles and hybrid electric vehicles, okay, electric vehicles and hybrid electric vehicles. So the power electronic converter will play an important role. The power electronic converter will play a key role or important role. Okay, so the power electronic converters, the power electronic market is also main important. Okay, regarding to discuss this electric vehicles and hybrid electric vehicle. The power electronics for electric vehicle market size was valued at $2.5 billion in 2018, and it is projected to reach the $30.01 billion by the 2026. Means what we can say here, it is expected. Okay, so in 2018, the value of the power electronic, the market for the power electronic in the electric vehicle market in the field of electric vehicles, it is approximately $2.59 billion in the year of 2018. So it is expected up to $30.01 billion. Okay, only the we are discussing only power electronic only power electronic in the electric vehicle field. Okay, the market of the power electronics, okay, in the field of electric vehicle is expected to reach the $30.01 billion by the end of 2026. By the end of 2026. Okay, it is reported by the CAGR. CAGR means compound annual growth rate. Okay, it is reported by the CAGR. Okay, compound annual growth rate of 35.5% from 2019 to 2026. Okay, so what we can, so here you can see here means there is a huge amount of very huge market is there in power electronics in the field of electric vehicles. So it can be reached the $30.01 billion by the 2026. Okay, means it is a very huge role and a huge market is there for the power electronics in the future in the field of electric vehicle and hybrid electric vehicles only. Clear? Because without a power electronic converter, there is no chance to operate the electric vehicles and hybrid electric vehicles. Okay, so the power electronic is a circuitry device that transfers from power source to load. So obviously, it is a circuitry device. Power electronics is nothing but it is a one type of circuit. It will transfer from it will transfer power from one source to another, one form to another form, DC to AC or AC to DC, whatever. Clear? Next, the device is used to control the conversion of electrical power from one form to another using diodes, transistor, and thyristors. So already we have discussed to convert this power from one form to another form and to control the power. So we are using the power electronic devices, power semiconductor devices, diode, transistor, thyristor, GTO, triac, diodes, so on, etc. Depends upon the voltage, current, and frequency ratings and speed and torque required by the motor or load. So based on that, we have to select the devices. Okay, which device is suitable for to operate that vehicle, to operate that motor. Okay, in electric cars, the power electronic is responsible for the converting and controlling the electric power. In electric cars, the power electronic is responsible for converting and controlling the electric power in systems. Some of the major power electronic components and functionalities are used in electric vehicle systems. So these includes inverter, converter, and onboard chargers. Okay, operations at high voltage, high current can be efficiently executed by the utilizing the power electronic devices as they deliver faster switching rate at a higher efficiency. So what we can say here, in electric cars, okay, or in electric vehicles, maybe a truck, bus, or cars, power electronic is responsible for converting and controlling the electric power. Okay, so power electronic is the main device. It is responsible to control and convert the power from DC to AC or AC to DC, or controlling voltage and controlling the power, controlling the current, controlling the frequency. It is the main responsible of the power electronic converter. Okay, so these include the inverter, converter, onboard charger. So this includes maybe a converter, maybe inverter, maybe rectifier, maybe chopper, maybe it can be used in the onboard charger, it can be used as offboard chargers. Clear? Okay. Next. Also, this power electronic converter, the dynamic response of this power electronic converter should be very good. Okay, based on this dynamic response, the efficiency of the electric vehicles depends. The efficiency of the electric vehicles depends. Okay, if the dynamic response of the power electronic converter is low, or we can say the harmonics are the losses are very high in the power electronic converter, then what will happening? So ultimately, the efficiency of the vehicle is also going to be decreased. Clear? So that's why what we can say here. So the losses should be low. Okay, the harmonic content in the voltage current waveform also should be low. Okay, if the harmonic content is very high, there is no way, there is no use, okay, to use the power electronic converter in the vehicle, because losses will be increased. If the losses will be increased, the efficiency of the vehicle is decreased. Okay, at the same time, the vehicle cannot be run the properly. The vehicle cannot move the properly. Okay, so what we can say, the efficiency of the performance of the vehicle, efficiency of the vehicle is depends upon the power electronic converter. Is depends upon the power electronic converter. So that's why the power electronic converter is main responsible for the electric vehicles. Clear? And also this power electronic converter should have the bidirectional power flow. Okay, should have the capable to have the bidirectional power flow, because sometimes when motor is operating as the machine is operating as a motor generator set, when this machine is operated as a motor, the power should be flow from battery to the motor. Okay, and when motor is operating as a generator, sorry, the machine is operating as a generator, so means the power fed back to the source, means reverse direction में current flow होना चाहिए, means in simple what we can say, so the power electronic converter should have the bidirectional power flow capability. Should have the bidirectional power flow capability. Clear? Next, the power electronic is a key technology used in various applications to optimize the energy management, providing the conversion to operate motors, battery storage, and generators. Complex power electronics are represented as the interaction of conversion blocks in AC to DC, DC to AC, DC to DC, or AC to AC. So already we have discussed. So this power electronic is the plays the key role in order to convert the AC to DC, DC to DC, DC to AC, AC to DC, and so on, etc. Clear? So this complex electrical architecture in marine applications increase the need of power converters with a high reliability, simple maintenance, and requirements. Okay, so one more advantage is there by using the power electronic converter. Okay, we are using the power electron converter to converting the power from AC to DC or DC to AC, means one form to another form, and also we can use the power electron converter for controlling the power. So compared with the conventional methods, the power electron converter is very better. Okay, because the cost of the power electron converter is low compared with the other methods. Okay, and the efficiency of the power color electronic converter is also good compared with the mercury or rectifier and so on, etc. Clear? So the power electronic is used in electric vehicles that require the high power electrical energy that to rotate the electrical motors. Power modules reduce the power loss owing the high frequency, when we moving to their high frequency. So already we have discussed this point. The power electronic is used in the electric vehicles, okay, that require the high power electrical energy to rotate the electrical motors. Okay, this power modules the power, reduce the power losses, okay, and owing to their high frequency. In addition to that, components such as silicon-based power MOSFET or IGBT. Okay, we can use the MOSFET IGBT in order to get the high frequency. In order to operate with the high frequencies, we are using the MOSFET IGBT and so on, etc. Okay, as a power electronic switches in powertrain, automotive, electric, and electronic systems are reducing the overall size. So you can see here the power electronic for electric vehicle market. Means onboard charger also we can use the power electronic converters, and also we can use the converter for converting AC to DC, DC to AC at the place of motor. Okay, so in 2018, okay, very less demand for the inverter. Okay, in 2026, clear. So means what we can say. So compared with the inverter, in 2026 there is a huge demand for the inverters, okay, and also there is a demand for the converter in the 2026. Also there is a huge demand for the onboard charger also in the year of 2016. We can see here in 2018 very less demand for the inverter, converter, and onboard charger and so on, etc. Clear? Because there is in 2018 the electric vehicle and hybrid electric vehicle market is not much. Okay, so but nowadays the marketing is increasing for the electric vehicle and hybrid electric vehicle market is increasing. So due to the increase of market for the electric vehicles and hybrid electric vehicles, ultimately there is a market is increased for the power electronic converter also. It is clear. So that's why what we can say, in the year of by the end of 2026 there is a huge demand for the inverters, converters, and onboard chargers. Inverters, converters, and onboard chargers. Clear? Next, the power electronics for the electric vehicle market is segmented on the basis of application, end use, and the region. The application segment is divided into inverter, converter, and onboard charger. By end use, the market is classified into automotive, railway, marine, and electrically powered airborne vehicle and so on, etc. So means what we can say, up to by the end of 2016, so there is a huge market for the power electronic converters in the automotive field. Okay, in railways also the huge demand is increased for the power electronic converters. Okay, in marine applications also the demand is increases, and electrical powered airborne vehicles. Okay, in that field also there is a huge demand is increased for the power electronic converters. Okay, so that's why. Okay, this is the role of the power electronic converter, and sizing of the power electronic converters, and marketing of the power electronic converters. Okay, so this is the, and I will continue this lecture from tomorrow. Just wait, I will take the attendance. What is the date now?
10 December.
9 है कि 10 है?
10.
10. Okay. Four, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, thank you all of you. You can leave the meeting.